Hello everyone and welcome back to Noble Works. Let's continue. Class is end and school is out. With a look around the classroom, I don't see Nagamitsu-san. During class, it happened a lot that I turned over my shoulder and met her eyes. Has to be a coincidence. Maybe I'm being conceited. Maybe I'm being too self-conscious. However, what if I end up thinking that? Because if even a little, I wanted to talk to her. If even Nagasone-kun isn't here either, it probably means she's left. I wonder if I did something. Thinking on it won't help. I'll try asking her directly tomorrow. Perhaps because he's making preparations to go somewhere, Nagasone-kun returns to the classroom and talks to me.
Kanemoto, 今から帰るか?
Yes, that was the plan.
ってことは時間があるんだよな。悪いけど、ちょっとだけ付き合ってもらえるか?
I don't mind, but for what purpose?
ここだと話しにくいな。ちょっと来てもらえるか?
So it's probably something he doesn't want anyone else to hear. Very well.
まあ、なんとなく想像はついてると思うけど。
Nagamitsu-san, isn't it?
正解だ。さすがにわかるか?
I can't think of any other reason for which you would do something like this.
そうだな。
Sorry for my impatience, but what do you have to say?
その前に、一応ここで話したことは秘密ってことにしてもらえるか? もちろん、お嬢にもだ。
It depends on the circumstances. Therefore, I can't make any guarantees.
誓ってくれ。誰にも言わないって。そうじゃねえと、この先は話せない。
Then I'll just leave. So he's going this far. It must be quite important. If I can't tell it to even Shuri, there is no chance I can tell anyone else. Understood, I promise. However, if it starts to sound bad and I don't want to listen, I might ask you to stop halfway.
まあ、そこが妥協点としては限界か。
Nagasone-kun readies himself for what he's about to say.
お嬢の家の話だ。
Okay, but what do you have to say to me?
よくねえな。でも、知っておいてもらいたいんだよ。
I could tell this to someone you know.
そんなやつだと思ったら、そもそも話なんてしねえよ。誓うって言ってくれたんだ。お前はそういうことをしない。違うか?
Fair enough. I did promise that I wouldn't tell anybody. After waiting for me to speak, Nagasone-kun continues.
具体的には言えないが、お嬢の家は少し特殊なんだよ。
A little unique? In what way? Unique? To such an extent that she goes to Rokurok Academy. As for me, all I see are unique people left and right. You're saying that she isn't a normal Ojo-sama?
まあな。企業としてはそれなりに有名なんだが、あまり周りが関わりを持ちたがらない職種なんだよ。
Like a financier or something? Not like a bank, but some other thing. I wonder if they're involved in gambling or something. I understand that, but what of it?
お嬢のことをどう思う?
That was a sudden change of topic. I mean, what question did that even have to do with? To me, she's someone to whom I'm indebted, and she's my important friend.
お嬢の家のことを知っても、その気持ちは変わらないか?
I don't know.
おい、ここは変わらないっていうところじゃないのかよ?
Did you want me to answer in such a manner?
一筋縄でいかないやつだな、お前は。
It's part of my personality.
なるほどな。まあ、お嬢もお前のそういうとこが気に入ったのかもしれないな。
On her mind. My heart skips a beat at that.
まあ、なんだ。その、お嬢の家について知ると、周りのみんな、離れていっちまったんだよ。お嬢は、その時のことを、今でも気にしてる。
Is that so? I sort of understand.
今の話を聞いても、お前は
Nothing will change.
そうか。
Relief is written on Nagasone-kun's face. Probably because of where he'd drawn the line of how much he could talk. By no means do I know everything about Nagamitsu-san. However, having spent time together with her, there's something I understand. Nagamitsu-san is Nagamitsu-san. Even if there is something else to her, it isn't as if she will change. I love her. That's what I can't say. I think of her as an important friend.
Thank you, Kanemoto.
It isn't something to merit your gratitude.
自分でも余計なお世話だって分かってるんだ。野暮なことしたが、勘弁してくれ。
Nagamitsu-san is really important to you, isn't she?
もちろんだ。
In that case, you wouldn't think anything if a man such as myself were to intrude on her.
それは俺が決めることじゃねえ。それに、俺とお嬢の間にはそういう感情はないんだよ。お嬢には幸せになってほしい。それが俺の願いだ。
I have the same wish. If I can make her happy on my own, I want to. However, I'm Shuri's body double. Even if I held those feelings for Nagamitsu-san, it would be a trouble to open my heart.
お嬢、出てきて大丈夫ですよ。
What? She was listening? At Kotetsu's calling, I come out from where I was hiding.
無理やりこんなとこに連れてきて何をするかと思ったら、あんなことするなんて聞いてなかったぞ。
すみません、余計なことをして。でも
余計なことなんかじゃない。
お嬢、
ありがとう、こてつ。悩んでばっかりなんて私らしくないな。金本くんが言ってくれた。私は私だって。
そうですね。
だからもう隠し事はしない。明日みんなに話してみる。その結果。
お嬢。
Kotetsu looks at me with worry.
もしもみんなが離れていっても。
I recall a painful memory. However, it can't step on me forever.
大丈夫とは言えないけど、後悔はしない。
俺は大丈夫だと思いますけどね。
ありがとう、こてつ。
Kotetsu pats me on the back. Then Kanemoto-kun's words become my courage. By no means do I know everything about Nagamitsu-san. However, having spent time together with her, there is something I understand. Nagamitsu-san is Nagamitsu-san. Even if there is something else to her, it isn't as if she will change.
金本くん。
When I think about his voice and image, my chest warms up. As I thought, I do love him. For that reason, I won't hide anything anymore. I want to face Kanemoto-kun as me and nothing but me. Good morning. As I enter the classroom, Nagamitsu-san approaches me with a serious face. What's the deal? She looks pretty tense.
今日話をしたいことがあるんだ。だから時間をもらってもいいか？
Of course.
ありがとう。
She's overwhelmed with relief. I glance toward Nagasono-kun to see a small nod. At what time? At lunch? After school? I don't mind when.
できれば少しでも早い方がいいな。ひなたと誠にも聞いてみる。
So it's something to discuss with all of us.
そうなんだ。
I see. I can imagine what kind of discussion it is. Very well. Now then, please inform me when you've decided.
わかった。
Lunch break. In accordance with Nagamitsu-san's request, we've gathered in the courtyard. All of us are here, but she's at a distance, such that we wouldn't be able to hear her unless she speaks loudly.
集まってくれてありがとう。私、みんなに話さなくちゃいけないことがあるんだ。あにゃ？なんだろう。 私は
Must be something really difficult to talk about. Nagamitsu-san slipped into silence at that point.
お嬢、
大丈夫だ、こてつ。
何か言いにくいことなら無理しなくていいんじゃないかな。
そうそう、人間秘密の100や200はあるもんだし。
I think that's too many.
まあそれはそれとして、シュリ君だって1つや2つはあるでしょ。
Well, I do, but
え、本当に？どんなこと？ちょっとおいちゃんに聞かせてみ。
if you pay me, why are we talking about me now?
僕にも教えて。どんな秘密があるのかすっごく気になる。
Isn't what Nagamitsu-san has to say more important than that?
それもそうだね。
仕方ない。シュリ君の嬉し恥ずかしい話は後で聞かせてもらうことにして。
It's nothing like that.
お前ら、お嬢がこれから話をしようって時に。
いいんだ、こてつ。
Nagamitsu-san's facial expression softens down. Nagamitsu-san, I don't know what kind of discussion you have in mind, but I believe you can afford to be a little more carefree.
そうそう、マヤッチが世界を滅ぼす爆弾作りをしてても驚かないし。
I would be surprised.
おにゃ、それはびっくりすると思うけど。
例え話だってば。
I think it was a bit of an extreme one. Nagamitsu-san's voice raises in laughter.
お嬢、
ありがとうみんな。今日は私の家のこと話そうと思ったんだ。
マヤちゃんの家のこと？
うん。私の家は古くから続いている任教の一家なんだ。
Ninkyo, a rather euphemistic way to refer to Yakuza. Say what? So her family consists of a bunch of criminals, huh? Well, I already suspected something like that. It was kind of obvious from that one scene during the common route.
任教って映画とかになってるあれ？
そのあれだ。へえ、そうなんだ。だからあまり話したがらなかったわけだ。ごめん。
Nagamitsu-san looks at me. To be honest, that surprises me.
そうだよな。
However, I'm happy that you told me.
おにゃ？でもどうして隠してたの？マヤちゃんはマヤちゃんだよね。
そうそう。
Nagamitsu-san looks at me. Kunihiro and Sanjo-san have been thinking the same thing.
でも任教といっても胸を張って言えることばかりじゃない。普通にしていても後ろ指を刺される世界だから。まああっちの世界ならそういうとこあるかもね。でも家がそういうことをしてるって言うなら66学園にいる人間はみんな似たり寄ったりじゃない？
おにゃ、マヤちゃんもしてるの？
私はしてない。でも両親に家のおかげで今の私があるのは事実だから。で、話ってそのこと？うん。
それでどうしたの？
え？
Nagamitsu-san is perplexed. Well, somehow or another, I thought it would turn out like this. Nagamitsu-san, something happened to you in the past, didn't it?
何があったの？
After some hesitation, Nagamitsu-san opens up.
任教といえば響きがいいけど、やっぱりみんなは怖がったり偏見の目で見るものだろ。
But is it actually a good thing?
何があるかわからない。何をされるかわからない。そんな家の子に自分の子供を近づける親はいない。だから私には
Person by person, Nagamitsu-san is looking at each of our faces.
友達と呼べる相手はほとんどいなかった。気づけば私のそばにいるのは家のみんなとこてつだけになってたんだ。今はいるでしょ。しかも親友だし。
そうだよ。マヤちゃん、もしかして僕のことお姉ちゃんだと思ってる？
Yeah, you totally look like a big sister. Kunido-san, you sure do like that joke material, don't you? However you look at it, though you're the younger sister.
ブーブー。それじゃあ親友ってことで我慢しておこうかな。
How do I say this? You're the same as ever.
そうだな。全く変わらないな。
Our attitudes, dialogues, nothing has changed.
いいのか？私の家は。
僕はまやちゃんのこと大親友だと思ってるよ。それだけじゃダメなの？
ずるい。それじゃあ私は超親友ってことにしとこ。
I guess it's useless to think you wouldn't give into that.
そんなこと言うなら金本くんはどうなの？
Me? Nagamitsu-san stares at me. With that gaze, I can feel what kind of expectations she has. To me, it's as I've said before. Although I refer to her as my friend, I'm a little adverse to say so. Not because it has the opposite meaning of what's true, but because I hold a good will toward her. However, now is not the time to convey that. I don't think I can understand the true meaning of it, but I can somehow imagine whatever you were thinking earlier.
金本くん、ありがとう。そんな風に言ってもらって嬉しかった。
だから言ったじゃないですか。三条も国広も金本も友達だって。
信じてたけど、でも私。
Ah, I see. I wonder how many times a similar thing must have happened to Nagamitsu-san up until now. Friends whom she said she believed, who abandoned her. Friends who passively spent time with her, who couldn't dig too deep. I'm a little hurt. I never would have thought that you would think in such a manner, Nagamitsu-san.
ごめん。私
おい、金本、お嬢はな。
I seal Nagatsune-kun's words with a glance. Look, it's really alright now. I'll take good time to have you understand from now on. And I will continue to for as long as it takes for you to say truthfully that you don't mind.
先に言われちゃった。いいじゃないですか。みんな同じこと考えてたってことですし。
Nagamitsu-san's eyes suddenly begin spilling tears. She wipes them with her palm. However, her cheeks are soaked before long. Nagamitsu-san?
私一人で勝手に思ってた。こんなにいい友達がいてくれてるのに、もっと早く。
She sheds tears while laughing. Throughout that whole time, I kept hidden a certain thought that those tears were beautiful.
これからも私と友達でいてもらえる？
そんなこと言わなくても友達だよ。今さらっしゃ。
お嬢が望むなら何度生まれ変わってもおそばにいますよ。
Of course.
ありがとう、みんな。ありがとう。